Canada is known internationally as a champion of human rights and equality between men and women. But did you know that we are the only country in the world outside of North Korea without a law preventing abortion of baby girls simply because they're baby girls? I'm Member of Parliament Kathy Wagenthal, and I'm honored to have been able to table C-233, the Sex Selective Abortion Act, in the House of Commons. Sex-selective abortion is the universally condemned practice of deliberately terminating a pregnancy of a preborn girl, and sometimes boys, due solely to their genetic sex. While countries like India and China have a noteworthy history of this type of abortion, the painful reality can no longer be ignored that sex-selective abortion takes place in Canada because we have no law against it. Sex selection denies the equal value of girls and boys, and it needs to stop. And that's why my bill is straightforward, focused, and clear. It would amend our criminal code to make it an offense for a medical practitioner to perform an abortion, knowing that it's being sought solely because of the child's genetic sex. The bill would also direct the Federal Minister of Health and the provinces to work together to establish guidelines on how to ensure Canadians are aware that sex-selective abortion is illegal and not allowed in Canada. What I'm most proud of is that this is a bill that Canadians want. I'm humbled to be representing 84% of our citizens that believe that sex-selective abortion should be illegal in our country. Pro-choice and pro-life Canadians, religious and non-religious people, members of the medical profession, people of all ages and different political persuasions, they've drawn a line in the sand on sex-selective abortion. They want our laws to fully reflect the values of equality and human rights that Canada says it stands for.
As the Canadian National Director of United Six, I am pleased to support the Sex Selective Abortion Act, as Canada is the only country in the world other than North Korea to have no limits on abortion. This legislation proposes a reasonable limit that would reflect Canada's respect for human rights at all stages of life. The practice sex-selective abortion takes place in Canada, and it's our duty to defend those whose lives would be ended simply because of their sex. I wholeheartedly, United Six, support the intent of Bill C-233 and call for its passage into the law. Thank you.
I support Bill C-233 as a woman, a mother, a physician, a Canadian, and a United Nations human rights activist. This bill allows Canada to send a clear message that we oppose the idea that girls do not deserve to live simply because they are girls. Having sex-selective abortions clearly defined in the criminal code as an unacceptable violation of human rights is critical in protecting girls. Currently, Canada is a country that allows physicians to terminate girls simply because they are girls. For human rights violations to continue, two conditions must be met. Firstly, the violations must be largely unseen by society, and secondly, those in power must not identify with the humanity of the victim. Sex-selective abortions meets both those criteria. We are finally in a position to stop this. It is very rare in politics when we're presented with a bill that all parties can support. There are no Canadian political parties who do not support a women's right to life in Canada. Despite this, some MPs have said that they will vote against this bill. Every human right we have is the result of honest and brave parliamentarians. Supporting this bill may require both honesty and bravery. As you consider this bill, I will leave you with the words of Nelson Mandela. May your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. Thank you for supporting this bill.
In the coming days, members of Parliament are going to be voting on C-233. This vote is an opportunity to carefully reflect on whether continuing to permit sex-selective abortions aligns with Canadian values. I encourage you to contact your Member of Parliament. Ask them to vote in favor of C-233 to send to committee for further study and debate. Our Parliament needs to act now to condemn this practice, to make it clear to all that Canada values women and equality. If there's even one female preborn child who is terminated solely because of her sex, we need to act.